So once again, looking at angle, I'm talking about the corner. So question number 1, I'm talking about this corner, this angle, which I'm going to call X. Now here, I chose a hard question for the on the circle because that angle, right now it is X. The arc that it makes is twice as big. So the arc that it makes is this one, which I'm going to call it 2X because it's twice as big. If 206 was right there where I have the 2X, I would just go 2x equals 206, divide both sides by 2, and you're good. If the 206 was there. But the 206 is on the other side, which is what completes the circle. So in this case, I'm going to go 2x plus 206 equals 360. Once again, if the 206 was where I have the 2x, if it was that arc, I would just go 2 times x equals 206, and that's it. But 206 is on the other side, so I have to add them to complete the circle. So now let me subtract 206 on each side to get the 2x by itself. 360 minus 206, that gives me 154. To get the x by itself, let me divide both sides by 2. X in this case happens to be 77. Then take a look at question number 2. The angle is in the inside of the circle. So I'm going to go 2 times the angle. So 2 times x equals, now in this case, it makes 2 arcs, 130 and 60. There's 2 arcs in this case. I'm going to add the arcs. 130 plus 60. The rest is just algebra. I have the 2x equals 190. Divide both sides by 2. X in this case is 95. Same thing with question number 3. I'm looking at the angle. That's where I'm going to start. I'm going to go 2 times the angle. So 2 times x equals, in this case, I have to subtract the 2 arcs. It seems like I only have one number, 135. I'm going to say the other arc because it completes the circle. I'm going to call it 225. I just went 360 minus 135. Right? It completes the circle, so that's why I went 360 minus that. All right, so I have the 2x equals 225 minus 135. Right? I subtract the 2 arcs. So I'm going to say that 2x equals 225 minus 135. That happens to be what? 90. Divide both sides by 2. X in this case is 45. I know my examples, all 3 of them, x was the angle, but sometimes the angle is a number. Always start by multiplying the angle times 2. Any questions on these? When it's just numerical, there's going to be 4 of these on the quiz tomorrow. There's 10 total. There's 4 of these. Then you're going to have 6 when it's not just a numbered. I'm adding like a plus or minus in there. So looking at question number 4, the angle's on the inside. So I'm going to start by multiplying the angle by 2. Because it is inside, I'm going to add the 2 arcs. 101 plus 73. The rest is just algebra. I have that 18x plus 12 is equal to 174. Let me subtract 12 to get x by itself. So I got 18x equals 162 less. Divide both sides by 18. And in this case, let's see, x is equal to 9. Same thing with number 5. The angle in this case, it's inside again. So I'm going to go 17x plus 5 times 2 is equal to 164 plus 50. So I'm adding the angles. I'm adding the arcs. So I have the 34x plus 10 is equal to 214. Right, I just went 164 plus 50. Let me subtract 10. So I have that 34x is equal to 204. Divide both sides by 34. And x will be 6. Lastly, looking at number 6, the angle is outside. So I'm going to go 37 times 2, because it's always the angle times 2, equals, I have to subtract the arcs. So I'm going to go, the big arc is 36x plus 5. For space purposes, let me erase this. Minus 23x minus 4. Do notice that I put the little arc inside parentheses because it has a plus or minus in it. All right, let's get rid of parentheses. 2 times 37 is 74. I have 36x plus 5 minus 23x plus 4. So I distribute the negative sign. So I have that 74 is equal to, if I combine the x's, 36 minus 23, that gives me 13x. If I combine the other numbers, 5 plus 4, that gives me 9. Let me subtract 9 on each side. So I have that 65 is equal to 13x. Divide both sides by 13. X in this case is 5. If you guys are wondering, well, how do I know when I subtract or when I add the arcs? As a little hint, when the angles on the inside, when I look at the chords on the inside, I'm looking at both cases, give or take, it looks like a crooked plus sign. So that's when you add the arcs.